Alright, Schlockmeister fans, going to a classic here, made for television, 1981. Dark Night of the Scarecrow. Let's check it out. Here we meet the slow Bubba, played by Larry Drake. He's playing with his friend. Then we have the postal worker, Otis, played by Charles Durning, who doesn't like a mentally challenged adult playing with young girls, even though it's completely innocent. He voices his concerns to Harless, played by Lane Smith.
When I get through with him,
you're wasting your time. He's an idiot. He can't remember. You ought to know that by now.
what do we do then?
Later on, the girl gets attacked by a dog. Bubba tries to save her. But was Bubba too late? So Otis and Harless and a couple other guys form a posse to go after Bubba. Little vigilante justice. Bubba's mother.
We played a game, the hiding game, remember?
The hiding game. I remember the hiding.
Bubba hides inside of a scarecrow. The posse finds him. And the assholes shoot him. 21 times. The truth comes out. Oops.
What happened?
The vigilantes claim that they were defending themselves from a pitchfork-wielding Bubba.
Yeah. Anything else?
So no charges are going to be filed against them.
No.
Nobody told her that Bubba was killed, so she goes looking for him.
Don't worry, Mrs. Bitter. Bubba's not gone. He's just being silly. Don't you know what he's doing? He's playing the hiding game.
Shortly thereafter, Harless discovers a scarecrow on his property. He didn't put it there. Scarecrow looks mighty familiar, too. So he tells the gang.
Where? In my pasture. I figured they done it. Wasn't us.
Swear, Mr. Hazelray don't know nothing about it.
Somebody knows, Otis. No. He didn't walk out there by itself. No.
A night or two later, Harless hears somebody start up a wood chipper inside of his barn. That's not normal. And while investigating it, he somehow has an accident. And he falls right into the thing. The rest of the gang can't figure out how the wood chipper ever turned off, so they figured maybe it ran out of gas. The damn thing's almost full. So somebody not only started it, but also turned it off.
It's almost full.
He thinks Bubba's mom.
Not so long as you're walking. You don't fool me, Hazelrig, not for a minute. I've seen how you look at that little girl.
So he confronts Mary Lee, the little girl, who tells him something disturbing.
I know what you did to Bubba. And you lied about him.
Where'd you hear that?
He told me.
So Philby's starting to panic.
But I'm going in.
They think something's wrong. Otis goes into Bubba's mom and tries to scare her. He thinks she's behind all this stuff. She ends up having a heart attack and dying right then and there.
You and I are going on.
He decides he better cover up his actions here and turns on the gas on the stove. Philby spooked himself a little bit, and then all of a sudden, that ain't right. So he decides he's going to run and hide inside a silo. He tried his car first, as you saw, but that didn't start, so he ends up in the silo. Rain comes in, and he ends up drowning.
He's not. We killed him.
He's freaking out now.
I thought I was there. He said he's a post. We don't know. We left him there. Please, please stop. Don't say me before you twist everything around. I get so confused. Oh my God.
They were trying to prove to themselves that Bubba really was dead, and sure enough, he is in his coffin. Now they don't know who's doing the killing. Skeeter calms down, and they decide to bury it back up, but he doesn't trust Skeeter at this point, so he's going to bury him with Bubba. And as he's driving away from the cemetery, he spots Mary Lee on the road. He catches her and accuses her of being the one behind it all.
It was you. I know what this looks like. And I can explain. It was her, Sam.
There's no one driving that thing. So it chases him until he runs right into the Scarecrow. Or more specifically, the pitchfork that the Scarecrow was holding. And that's the end of old Otis. Our final scene in the film, a spooky one.
Thank you, Bubba.
Alright, let's talk about Dark Night of the Scarecrow. It's a movie that came out in 1981, made for television. It's a movie that I believe I watched when it was first broadcast. It was broadcast again a couple of years later. It was a very popular film amongst kids my age. It's one of these movies that like everybody watched. I think it was shown on CBS. Everybody saw it. I think it probably came out around Halloween time. It was just kind of a spooky little film. Very well done, well-made thing, and everybody liked it. Everybody always liked it, and it's one of those things that you always talked about. And then years later, when I was trying to, tape these movies, I found it. I think played on TBS here and there. I think that's where I originally taped it. It was available on videotape too. In fact, I have the videotape, the pre-recorded videotape. I think it was put out by Key Video. I think it was very hard to reach, and I think I paid some money for it back in the early 2000s, so just to get a copy of it. Because it's a very sought-after film. Everybody likes it. Everybody wants to see it. Finally came out for DVD, I think in 2010 or 12 or so. Then it came out on Blu-ray, I think in the last year or two, put out by, I think it says VCI. So 30th anniversary edition. So, well, maybe that's 2011. I don't know. But whatever the case is. Really, really cool film. Again, it's one of these movies that you watch it once, it really sticks with you. It's just very well made. There's some cool extras on this movie, including some interviews with the actors. Larry Drake, who played Bubba, the girl, Mary Lee, all grown up now. And the writer, I think the director's on here too. There's some director's commentary. There's like a 30-minute documentary too. Apparently this was filmed in a place called Piru, California. Kind of northwest of LA, north of Ventura, somewhere up there. Just a really cool film. Just kind of creepy. The last scene in the movie was very creepy, even though Bubba, we sympathize with him and he's a good guy. Just the fact that he's a scarecrow, and that last scene when he turns his head and looks down that creepy scarecrow mask, and it's just, yeah, it's something else. basically what we have there, though, is a revenge movie. We have 4 jerks who killed this guy, vigilante. That was the only implausible thing in this movie, you ask me. If these 4 guys killed him in cold blood and they weren't charged with anything, I don't think that would fly in today's world. I don't think it would have flown in 1981 either. It just, they obviously they had no authority to do what they did, and somebody ended up dying because of it. Wrongly, mind you. So yeah, I don't think that, obviously, I don't want to say it's the most implausible thing, because I think the most implausible thing in this movie is a killer scarecrow, supernatural scarecrow come back to life. But yeah, other than that part, yeah, I think the fact that these guys weren't charged was the big deal here. So anyway, it's a really cool movie. I don't know what else to tell you about it. It's one of these things I'm sure a lot of people have seen, and pretty much everybody likes this movie as far as I know. So let me know what you think about it. You can get this Blu-ray. It'll probably cost you about $15 or so. You can get this on eBay and Amazon. It's pretty much available. So check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Leave some comments down below. We will talk about it. It's called Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. Great film. Watch it. Bye.